All right.
We're back.
Moved operations to another part of the house.
Yes. This is our, what is this? Our office slash
mindfulness room
slash
Sorry,
HQ.
Is this, well, this
Partially.
This is your HQ, like, photo studio.
Studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So today we wanted to come back as a couple. I think we're going to do a few episodes. Just like life with
just yapping.
Yeah. Life is parents, founders, and obviously W2, like just literally everything that, 30 plus year olds and everyone kind of goes through from a just stress day to day and, how to overcome it. But today, kind of heading into 2025, we really wanted to talk about just like a 2024 reflection, because I felt like we're not uncommon to others and we had a lot going on in 2024. So,
and I feel like people often like come to us for all these topics.
Yeah.
Like, how are you guys parents? Like, what do we do? How are you married with 2 kids and have businesses and work?
Yeah, I
just think there's like a lot of things that like we could probably just.
Yeah, I had lunch and someone asked like, when do we sleep? I was like, well, in between Preston's bottles.
Yes.
So, I think like what's a good place to start? Like, do we want to start kind of more beginning of the year, like 2024?
Yeah,
because we found out you were pregnant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was that? January.
Yeah, like right away, right after the holiday.
Yep, heading into your birthday, which is
yes,
Valentine's
I had
Day.
the worst 30th birthday ever.
Yeah, that was
because I was so sick.
So yeah, we found out you were pregnant.
I turned 30 too.
You did. We also like. I know everyone's doing that. Like, wait until the baby's born to find out what they're having.
Not my style.
Which is kind of crazy. We found out like shortly after that.
Like 11 weeks.
Yeah.
Like we didn't.
As soon as we could find out.
The first time I feel like everyone's like, oh, the blood test might be wrong. We're like, nope, we're just taking that. Taking that and running with it.
Like the minute Beckham, we found out Beckham was getting a brother, it was like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So that started off the year honestly pretty strong. Like, and my brother's we're like 20 months apart. And so like, but you and your
boys
brother
are 18.
But you and your brother are like 4 years apart.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Yes, we talked about that a bunch. Like, we wanted to make sure like
the gap was really tight.
Really tight. They were like kind of like almost in school together.
What are they? 20? Not 18. They're 21.
20 months
apart.
Yeah. And so what was that? So that was beginning of the year.
That was like the all spring, as I feel like navigating like early pregnancy, all the like fears and worries.
Beckham was like freshly 1.
Yep.
And we were like, oh man, Beckham's finally like sleeping.
And then we became aunt and uncles.
Oh yeah,
that was huge. Late in the spring.
Yep, our niece Beza is here at Bailey. We call her Beza.
Beza or Bebe.
Bebe. Yeah, Beza's with us.
Sweet girl.
And so I don't know. It's kind of funny because now I feel like I always like fought like I wanted a daughter, but like now I kind of get like
she's like the daughter that we probably will never have.
I'll never have it.
I think the 2 boys like just level us perfectly.
For sure.
I think Preston is our bookend. People like say that from time to time.
What is that?
Like the last child, like the bookend of the family. Bookend.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But maybe we'll watch this back. Like,
I already know what's happening. Like, oh, like, what if they could have a sister? Yeah. I would love to.
We're good right now. I think.
What do you think parents think about
having the 3rd one?
Yeah.
I think, women have amnesia when it comes to pregnancy and delivery. We just forget.
But
it's horrible.
Don't they say the 3rd one though is like
raises itself?
Yeah, like the 3rd one's a lot easier than like going from one, or I guess 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 0 to 1. They say is the hardest, and then everything onward is like it gets easier and easier. That's what I hear. I don't know if that's true, but
I would have 4 kids, honestly, if it was easy for you.
oh my God.
If it was easy for you.
I know, yeah.
And like I could like skip that like first 6 months
The right now.
Well, Preston's not there yet, but like where they just sleep through the night. Like you can stay little forever.
Yeah, because we traveled with Beckham at 3 months, and he was great, but he wasn't sleeping. Cool. Actually, we took him on multiple trips. We took him to Texas. We took him to Miami so we took him to Texas at 3 months, and then Miami at 7.
Yep.
And I feel like the 7 month was one of our most memorable trips with him.
Yeah.
But the night times.
Can we pause there first?
Yeah.
We're like, and this is like kind of like us just being very vulnerable about parenthood and like our lives and like growing up. So like for those that don't know, like Sammy and I grew up together. We dated in high school and been together forever. And like our childhoods compared to like our kids' childhoods, like I had never even been on a plane until I was 19. Literally graduated, or no, actually older, 23. When I got on my first plane.
And when you saw the ocean, I
didn't see the ocean until I was like 22.
Yeah. Beckham has now been to 3 different oceans.
Beckham went to Miami as a 6-month-old.
Not only did he go to Miami, he went to Carbone.
Where
at 3 months.
He had like linen pants on and flip-flops. Carbone. For those who don't know what Parenthood is, like a really famous like Italian restaurant on South Beach in Miami, and it was like our first time going. He's just like hanging out. The kid's just he's so spoiled.
Yeah, he is, but he's incredibly sweet.
He is. He's a good kid, and so like I think navigating parenthood in like a different environment where like we are able to take trips. We are able to do like some fun stuff.
To do it. I think anytime a new parent or like a couple or friends ask us, we just say go every time.
Yeah, well, if Nicole and Nick are listening, they're probably like, ain't no way.
Yeah, you guys are nuts. Oh, yeah, no.
They just had their first kid.
You just have to go.
Yeah. Who said that to us? Davide. Remember Davide was like, it's gonna suck.
Yes, she said that about eating out too. She's like, it's literally going to be so embarrassing and you're going to want to just hide under your table. But like, that is the only way that they're going to learn to go out to eat. And Beckham is like a true example of that because he's been going out to eat and traveling since he was born. And
you know what? I agree with that even more now because like we take him out now. He is extremely well-mannered.
Yeah.
There was some tough like dinners and lunches and breakfast.
He's messy, and you're always going to have that.
Yeah, but I mean,
as far as like sitting, yeah,
there was some tough ones, but like we got through them, and now taking him out, he's like, he's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's funny because you're right. We do get calls like all the time from our friends about like, hey, like we were about to have our first kid, or like,
well, we did that. So I know Jordan, you're probably.
I was gonna say we call like Jordan. I still call Jordan and Zach if. Hey, 105 fever. I know I'm not supposed to take him to the hospital, so just tell me.
And they'll say no.
So I don't do it.
Yeah. And they'll be like, don't do it.
But those are things like you just learn, like,
Yeah.
You got to go through them and like figure out how you want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, so after Bailey was born the spring.
I got to check the monitor.
No. It's been a while. That's what you're okay, he's good. He's fine.
He's fine.
So after Bailey was born, it went right into the summer, and that's when we took our first family vacation with 4, 5, 6, 8 of us, including Beckham and Bailey at that time.
Yeah, that was wild.
But we did it
all in one house,
all in one condo.
And also, don't understand the whole craze about Destin. I feel like everybody is like obsessed with Destin. I wasn't that impressed.
I liked it, but I felt like you have to drive 30 minutes to all these like destinations, like the seasides and like the actual downtown Destin and all that. But people have vacation there. I feel like.
All right, well, let me take a step back though, because I'm bad about this. I think there's two types of people who vacation. I think there's people who want to go to like a vacation town
and just beach.
And just beach.
Like that's which is my mom and dad.
And you.
Yeah.
You're 50-50.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I like to spend the day around the pool and like just get as tan as I possibly can. And then in the evening, dinner, shopping.
See, but when you're at like a Destin or these beach towns, it's like
not really that.
You're going to the tiki hut.
Yeah.
The leaky tiki.
Or like the,
That was pretty solid though. But I'm horrible though. I'm like, Miami, I need like beach, but I also need the city so that I can go get a nice dinner. I can have a nice old fashioned or a couple Aperol spritzes. Like those are like my go-to.
You never used to be this way. I don't know.
I know. I'm just really revealing myself right now, like my horrible like habits. Yeah. So
that happened over the summer, so we're still going on like the year.
Yeah. So that was summer. I started a new job.
I quit my job.
So I started a new job in the summer.
Yeah.
June, and then 2 weeks later, she took time off for the rest of the year.
Which Kristen was due in a month.
Yeah,
a month before.
I think it was 6 or 7 weeks.
A little bit before, so I was like very over being pregnant.
Yeah, it was a challenging time.
It was,
and I was like, look, I gotta go fly out to. I got to spend a week in San Francisco. It was like crazy. A lot that was going on.
Yeah. But like we navigated that. You were like great in your thing you're in now.
Man, I will say like starting. This is like I think I don't want to get away from it, but like the like whole personal and professional growth like journey I'm on. Like I put myself through it this summer.
Yeah.
And like being in a role at a one of the largest tech companies in the world, and being very comfortable in my role with my accounts, and really just like finding myself like I just didn't feel I was pushing myself like in the role I was in. And the company I went to like more of a startup, but we're a global company, like more pre-IPO. But there was gaps like I felt I had in like my skill set that I needed to fill for like what is like the future state skill sets that are needed for like a seller in my world. Really tough, month where like you quit and
I think like
started. When
you just said that, I think I was battling with the company that I had been at for 3.5 years. Like the upward mobility was being taken from me after the reorg. And I got to this place where like, I knew it wasn't working anymore. And I knew that for a while, but to your point, you said, maybe you should start looking. And this was like 7 months ago.
Yeah. I mean,
but I have a very like kind of impulsive mindset sometimes. And I was almost pregnant. Like I was almost due. I think my mind was, I just had given up.
I wonder where you get that from.
I know. Yeah.
But all jokes aside, like, I think that's the whole point of being married and like supporting each other, where, there's been times I've been down and you've supported me, and there's times that like you need my support. And to be honest, outside of like money and like, burning cash, it's like you being home all summer and up until now with Beckham and Preston, like has been amazing.
It's been rewarding.
Like I get to see him.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't seeing Beckham until like evening, drop him off in the morning, pick him up in the evening.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't seeing. I now get to see him like multiple times throughout the day.
Yeah. No, it's very rewarding, very challenging. Like time I got with Preston and Beckham, even before Preston got here, like that one-on-one time. However, it has taught me that I do not
want to be
a stay-at-home mom.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I wouldn't judge you. It's okay.
Yeah. Like I think that women that do want to stay home, like,
well, I see
so many benefits.
Yeah, I say that because I see it now.
Yes. Like it's great. I understand why. I'm a better mother, and I know this about myself when I can plug into something else.
Yeah.
For 8 hours.
Yeah. But that was good to reflect on though. Like
I
summer?
wouldn't know. I mean, because everyone's always like, when they're working, they're like, oh, I wish I could just stay home with them. And all of that is true. And like, I wouldn't take it back, and I'll do it as long as I need to. But I know the long term is that if I can dump time into something else, I know I'm a better mother that's less stressed and overstimulated and all these things.
Yeah, you need to feel
something
like
for
you're
myself.
someone that needs to feel like you're
accomplished. I need to feel like I've accomplished something at the end of the day. And not that being a mother is not accomplishing, but like outside of that.
Trust me, all the mothers out there, full-time mothers.
It is not easy. It's not.
For anyone who thinks that is not a full-time job.
It is. 2
kids under 2, that is a full-time job. So I pat every woman out there on the back who's a full-time mom, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, that was summer. Fall, man, fall was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Preston was technically due like on my mom's birthday, which is like September 12th.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday's on August 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go out to dinner. Like,
we have reservations for your birthday.
Oh, true. Yeah, we have reservations for my birthday, which was on a Saturday. It was Ohio State game. Ohio State's first game.
First one.
Yeah, and so like we're out, and she's just like not in a good mood.
He takes me to Easton.
Yeah.
Which, if anybody that knows me, I go to Easton. Every time I go to Easton, it's like I've never been there. Like, I want to like go from the beginning to the end, and I want to hit all the stores and walk around.
Yeah.
And we parked and we got to like a restaurant that's right at the beginning. And I was like, I don't want to be here and I want to turn around. We had gotten the kids out. We unpacked them. We'd gotten ready. We drove 30 minutes from Powell over to Easton. Yep. And then we got out of the car and I was like, I don't feel good. I think that we should go home.
And I was like, yeah, and I
think fine. You knew immediately something was wrong for me to be like, I think let's...
Well, I know you have like a really solid like pain threshold. So I was like, something's got to be up. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we get home. I'm about to literally leave the house to go get food for us. For
like takeout.
And she comes out of the bathroom and is like, hey, I think my water broke.
And it sounds like it was very like exciting and dramatic, but I was very confused. I didn't really know if it had or not. And that's, I think, where you were like, well, what do you mean? Because I came out and then you were like, did it break? And I was like, I think so. Like, I think it did. My gut says it did. But again, I literally have no idea because my last pregnancy I was induced.
Yeah, sure. And there is that part about like, you see on the movies where like, it's
like a gush of
not meant the
dramatic.
God, like when you're like flying to the hospital, like that did happen.
That did happen, but it was.
I don't know if I needed to though.
No, you didn't.
I was rolling.
But we said how prepared we were, and we had a bag packed and all these things. But even as slowly as it happened, we were still frantic. I feel like.
Oh, for sure.
Like we didn't actually have.
Well, you get there and it's like we had them at Ohio State, so it's like you don't know where to park. Like
no, and we checked in, and she was like, "What are you here for?" And I'm like, "I think I'm in labor." And she was like, "You're the chillest labor woman I've ever seen in my life."
Well, yeah.
And I was like, "Well, so far I'm okay, but
yeah."
So they check you in, and you just sit there, and it's like the slowest process ever. Well, they came to find that my water did break, and then they move you to the next wing and all these things during the game.
Yep.
And my doctor, who is amazing,
the best.
Like she's the best. She was actually going to the Ohio State game, and she was like, "If you happen to go in labor, like I'll just come over from the game and deliver you," which she did. She ended up doing that.
Her husband turned around. They were like almost home. She made her husband turn around.
Yep. She wasn't even working. She just wanted.
Yep. She came in, gloves on, ready to go.
Yeah. So delivery, all that was good. It was amazing the second time.
Yep.
Preston came.
I was so
the day after your birthday. Yeah, he cried.
So yeah, he came at man, it sucked because he was supposed to come on my birthday. He came at like 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Literally like just passed. And he came and like with Beckham, I don't know, for some reason I was just in shock.
Yeah.
Like when we had Beckham, I wasn't that emotional.
we were emotional the week after Beckham came because we were like, oh my God, what did we do?
We just
Like,
we're just being honest, guys. Like, we cried when we got home.
Yeah.
We don't know why. We just cried when we got home with Beckham. And then with Preston, he came out with like all this hair, and I just stared at him, and I cried.
Yeah. That's okay. You took the emotions that I had internally, and you let them.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's so precious.
Yeah, he's great.
And it was stressful, man. It was a long day, and I wasn't even like. There was just a lot happening. There was like a scare.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
You don't really get any breaks, and you don't get really any moment to like take it all in until it's over.
Yeah, man. So that we'll leave that there for parents. Like, just, hey, we wanted to like throw that out there. But yeah, I mean, so kind of going through the rest of the year, like, I mean, October, I've told a story like about how, like, I came to like want to start I think we both just had
enough like fatigue.
Yeah, like the red pill moment of like we pass. Like, this is gonna sound very materialistic, but like, just gonna say it. Like, we pass. There's a massive home here in Powell. I mean, it is the second largest home.
It's like 40,000 square foot or something. It's got like a moat in the front.
It's the second largest home behind Lex Wexner's, right?
Charlie's Philly Steak or whatever.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. So there's Lex Wexner.
Maybe.
Lex Wexner has the biggest house. He's the L Brand Victoria's Secret founder. And then you got Charlie's Philly Cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
I do have that, like, as an account now.
Yeah.
So like, and
then this guy.
And then this guy. This house is by us. It's around the corner.
We pass it every day.
every day. It is literally a medieval castle. Like, it is huge. He's probably got like 10 acres.
At least, right? In the front, even.
And you pass the house, and I'm like, I gotta look this guy up. Yeah. And so we get home, we look him up, and so he's the founder of his company. He's the largest like meat packaging film company in North America. Like the film that goes over your beef and your chicken.
Yeah. Like the wrap.
The wrap. And someone out there.
Something is like as random as that. I think we're like, we have all of these like creative ideas. Like, what do we do with them?
And I think we really just started doing a bunch of research on a bunch of people. And you really, when you dig under like their stories, you start to like realize that most of it is just idea that meets an extreme amount of execution and belief in oneself, and the ability to just not quit on something you start. And so, like, we both like just came together like, well, hey, it's probably a bad time. We got a 2-year-old, we got a 2-month-old. Yep. Like,
I'm not working a W-2.
Yep. Probably shouldn't spend this much money on our companies. Yep. What should we do? And
when did we do it?
Like, I just remember sitting across the dinner table like that night, and we were just like, look, we did not grow up with money. And sometimes like you forget that when you're living in certain like privileges of like being able to do certain things you want to do.
The consistency of a W-2 prevents you sometimes, or like you get to be very comfortable with your month over month salary.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, I know I would always tell you, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to lose that. Like, I like nice things. I don't want to not have a W-2. And then fast forward, I think being off
but you reflect
with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're different than me though. Like, you always had the passion for what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, if you could look in a crystal ball and go back and like if you could have started your company knowing it would have been successful, you already had your passion. Like, you never questioned your passion. Like, your passion has always been what you're doing now. Yeah. And it sucks that it like took this long to like kind of get it started.
It's okay.
But
I got my kids out of the way.
Everything's meant to be. We did all our trips. We bought a bunch of random things. And like,
I'm not a believer in luck, to be honest. Like, I think your path is already kind of mapped.
Ooh, we're going there.
I think that. I think nothing is luck.
No, I agree with you. I'm just. that's where we go.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that. But
yeah,
I think timing is everything, and everything happens at the time it was supposed to. Positive, negative. I do.
So if you can give a tip of like any kind, right? Whether it's like a, personal or professional or like, I don't know, financial tip back to, anyone who wants to like, look back on 2024 and say they could have done, anything different. Like, what would you?
I think you really need to acknowledge constant thoughts that you have.
What do you mean?
Like my grandma always used to say, this was like items. Like if you still want that a week from now, a month from now, that means something. And again, this is just like something that I wanted or an item, but I think that goes with your dreams too.
Oh, it should, for sure.
I think if you constantly think about that thing and often, you have that I wonder.
Yep.
I think that means that like there's something more there.
Yeah, you gotta
pursue it. If you don't pursue it, you're gonna really look back.
You gotta scratch that itch.
Yeah.
For sure. If it keeps itching, you gotta scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm always saying just like random ones, but
that would be my advice. Like if you have that thing, or maybe it's you don't know what the thing is.
Yep.
But you have the other side of that, and you have the what and not the thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like, and everyone who knows me knows I'm kind of a hard ass anyway. Like I would say I found out even more in 2024 that if you really find passion in something, like obviously do it, but like
some people don't have any.
But I think it doesn't mean you have to be passionate about something specific, but just, I think like finding passion overall in general, like just like find something in you that like, wants to get up every day and just do something.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about this like yesterday.
It drives me crazy.
Like what makes you show up for yourself?
Yeah.
Not your husband, not your kids, not your parents, not your friends. Like we always hear that.
Yeah, like
show up for everybody else, which you should. But what happened to just showing up for yourself?
For sure. Like you show up for everyone else on time. Like show up for yourself all the time.
Yeah, like you don't miss doctor's appointments, and you shouldn't miss.
Like don't wait. Like sometimes like I'm not gonna. I don't know. I ain't gonna say no names, but like don't wake up like groggy and then just like get up and watch the same show in the morning and don't like do anything, and then now you're like through half the day and you're like questioning like what did I get done today, and now you're all upset and like depressed about it. It's like, no, like wake up at the same time every day. Mm-hmm. We wake up at the same time every day. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, Sunday.
Like what's today? Or
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like today's, I don't even know what today is because we wake up at the same time every day. Like
that's true.
I legit wake up at the same time every day. Yeah. And I'm in bed because I'm like ready to get done things that I want to get done. There's one day out of the week, I don't know whichever day. There is one day where I'm just a little tired. But like I still get up and go do something. I get my body moving.
Yeah.
I go walk.
It doesn't need to be like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not saying go run I'm not saying go run a marathon or like
just like cycle on a bike. Go on a real bike ride. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's freezing. Today it's like 2 degrees.
Yeah. I feel like should we like segue back? Where were we at before this conversation?
Yeah, just find some passion. Like there is nothing that drives me more crazy than like just not waking up being grateful for like what you can do. Yeah. Like I think we're just so focused on what we are not doing or what we can't do, but like there are a lot of things you can do to change your life. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm done.
We're like end of the year now, so we're like right now to wrap it up.
For all those who know us, companies have been started, and we have I don't have any announcement. Amy has a very special announcement.
Yeah. So when were we on last? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah. You move fast.
Yeah. So there's a website. There's a tangible Ashton Avenue website.
Yeah, we'll do a soft rollout.
Yeah, so there's some things that are live, and I'm choosing not to like heavily promote it yet because I kind of wanted to kick off 2025 with a real bang.
Yeah, about a week away.
Yeah, we got like a week or two.
Plus everybody's spending money on Christmas.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, right. Probably, I don't know if that's the greatest time to start. Everyone's like out of money. But yeah, it's there, and it's ashton-avenue.com, so like it's legit.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff on there, and there's going to be some stuff like gradually rolling out.
Yeah.
This is
Ashton Avenue. So if you like it, get on the website.
It'll be up in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So brand new. Great.
Thanks. Yeah. So.
Crazy. Pop the kid out. Boom.
Ran America.
No excuse. Yeah. Ran America.
Just a
might as well be. Just will be.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about it. I think I like elaborated a little bit on it a couple months ago, but contemporary, like very easy to wear, cool, effortless stuff that hopefully it'll make getting ready just a little bit easier for everyone out there.
Emphasize more, guys. The barrel jeans.
Barrel jeans.
Barrel jeans are in.
I got barrel jeans. I love them.
Barrels.
Yeah. So there'll be a tab. There is a tab with like all the new stuff, but then there's a vintage element to it as well.
Yep.
And it's under like a finders keepers. I thought that was cute because it's stuff that's obviously really old and one of a kind. So I'll just gradually add things to that as I find them like all over.
Yeah. Also, like I think everyone comment or something like I think that Sam should do a like fashion pod, like her and like local like Columbus like retailers should all stick together, do like a fashion pod and hang out.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we got some things in the works.
All right.
But okay, I have to get our
Preston's freaking. Yeah. So happy New Year. You know, we appreciate anyone who's listening to this. Let us know anything you want to give us feedback on or learn more about. All right, guys.